Paolo, Anthropic just locked in $5 billion from Amazon, and then turned around and pledged more than $100 billion back to AWS over the next 10 years. That is not a typo. We are watching one of the biggest financial loops in AI history play out in real time. And if you build with AI, or plan to, this deal is going to affect you directly. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what happened, why it matters, and what it means for everyone building in the AI space right now. Let's start with the basics. What actually happened here? Amazon will invest $5 billion in Anthropic immediately, with up to an additional $20 billion in the future tied to certain commercial milestones, on top of the $8 billion Amazon had previously invested. That brings Amazon's total potential commitment to Anthropic to $33 billion. Amazon has now committed a total of $8 billion to Anthropic. That includes an initial $4 billion announced in 2023. Amazon's relationship with Anthropic began with an initial $1.25 billion investment in September 2023, followed by an additional $2.75 billion in March 2024, completing a first $4 billion tranche. In late 2024, Amazon invested another $4 billion, bringing its prior total to $8 billion. Now, the new deal adds $5 billion immediately, with up to $20 billion more tied to commercial milestones. During this new $5 billion investment round that closed in early 2025. But here's the part that makes this deal genuinely historic. Anthropic is committing more than $100 billion over the next 10 years to AWS Technologies, securing up to 5 gigawatts of new capacity to train and run Claude. $100 billion flowing back into AWS. So the money goes in from Amazon, and a much larger sum comes right back out in cloud spending. That is not just an investment. That is a partnership architecture, and it is designed to make both companies dependent on each other in very deliberate ways. Anthropic continues to choose AWS as its primary training and cloud provider for mission-critical workloads. Anthropic will also use incremental capacity for Claude in Amazon Bedrock. Now let us talk about why Amazon did this. Because $5 billion and potentially $33 billion in total is a big check, even for Amazon. The honest answer is competition. Microsoft has invested a total of $13 billion into OpenAI and built a major AI cloud partnership around it. Google has its own AI models running natively inside its own infrastructure. Amazon needed a flagship AI partner, and Anthropic was a natural choice. Anthropic is widely regarded as one of the most serious AI safety organizations in the world. Claude is competitive with leading frontier models on many benchmarks. And critically, Anthropic did not already have a deep relationship with a rival cloud provider. And while Anthropic already had cloud relationships with AWS and Google, this new deal dramatically deepens and expands its primary partnership with Amazon, with financial terms that dwarf any prior arrangement. For Amazon, this deal does three things at once. First, it gives AWS a world-class AI model to offer enterprise customers. Second, it locks in massive cloud spending that goes directly onto Amazon's revenue sheet. And third, it signals to the market that AWS is a serious destination for AI workloads. That last point is not small. Cloud market share is won and lost on developer trust. And right now, every major cloud provider is fighting hard for AI developers specifically. Now flip the perspective. What does Anthropic actually get? The obvious answer is capital. Training frontier AI models is extraordinarily expensive. We are talking about compute costs that can run into hundreds of millions of dollars per training run. This investment gives Anthropic significant runway to compete at the frontier. But the deeper benefit is infrastructure access. Anthropic has signed an agreement that will secure up to 5 gigawatts of capacity for training and deploying Claude, including new Trainium 2 capacity coming online in the first half of this year, and nearly 1 gigawatt total of Trainium and Trainium 3 capacity coming online by the end of 2026. The commitment spans Graviton and Trainium 2 through Trainium 4 chips, with the option to purchase future generations of Amazon's custom silicon. They also get engineering support, dedicated cloud credits, and co-development resources. In a world where compute access is the bottleneck for AI progress, that matters as much as the cash. There is also a strategic angle here that is easy to overlook. Anthropic has always positioned itself as the safety-focused alternative to other frontier AI